meet this amazing rock star, Derek. Total rock star. Definitely the most emotionally intelligent man I've ever met. How's that?
Oh,
Yes.
woo! I better. Let me breathe. Okay. All right.
Own it.
All right. Here I am.
So I'm going to introduce Derek. I met Derek when I was getting a separation from my husband. If I would have found his work sooner, we probably wouldn't have gotten separated. And we've worked closely with Derek now over the last couple of months. And, we talk a lot about being vulnerable and what, how powerful vulnerability is, but how vulnerable are we really allowed to be? And how does that affect the communication that you have with your partners? When we all met here in Hawaii, I know that I was really intrigued to sit around the pool with all of you rock stars, who most of you are the hustlers in the family, right? So how does that affect your relationships? Vulnerability, not only in your relationships, but also with the women that you're having conversations with, right? The women that are on the phone sometimes with you and say, I have to talk to my husband if I, want to join your program. So how can we use what I call kryptonite in all of our communication? So I'm going to bring on this very emotionally intelligent, I think the most emotionally intelligent man I've ever met, for sure, Derek Hart. He is, his website's called understandeachother.com. In every relationship that you have with the potential clients that you're going to have on the phone, how can you help them feel safe? So what are the pieces of communication? Because in order for people to buy from you, they've got to feel safe.
Yeah.
In order for you to even, bring on potential team members to work with you in your team, they've got to feel safe.
Yeah.
So that's like, number one, how can we communicate? How do we know when we're triggering people? How do we know how to repair things? Relationships are really like the gold of life. You can have all the gold in your bank, but if you're alone, it ain't worth shit. So I learned that lesson, early on this year. So Derek is really a rock star with this, and he trains relationship coaches. He works with couples all around the world. He has impacted Alex and my relationship in tremendous ways, not for a lack of love, but really for a lack of communication. And he said, I'm not going to solve your relationship problem. I'm going to teach you to communicate. You're going to solve your own problems. Mind blowing. And what he really taught us was some of the finer pieces of vulnerability and, showing that we care and how can we do that.
Getting on the phone with that potential person that's going, that I'm hoping to have as a client. If I could give you one word to use when you're thinking about how to talk with somebody who's thinking about signing up with you for a program, the word would be yes. No matter what they're saying to you, objections, I can't do this, all the negativity, the answer you need to come back to them with is yes. Yes, that is really hard. That is really scary to go back and talk to your partner about this. Yes, I was scared of that same thing too. I'm so glad you brought that up. And what kills every deal I've ever gotten into is when I say no. When I start putting up my defenses because I'm starting to feel like I want them to buy my product, my program, the deal's done. All people want to hear is yes, and how can I empathize with them? And that's business, that's every relationship.
Because you're either, this is Derek's words, not mine, you're either validating somebody's feelings or invalidating them.
Yeah.
And if you're invalidating them, if you're saying no, then they're just going to keep going. They're going to crank up the volume. They're going to make more separation. So I love this tip. Yes, I was scared of this before. Yes, a lot of our clients have had the same fears before joining. Yes, that must be really tough. That must be really scary. Yes. So validating their feelings.